Hi everybody, this is Doreen at Privies and Prims. Welcome to my channel. It is mostly about cross stitch, and I also do project bags now, and once in a great while I do punch needle embroidery. Now, it used to be all punch needle embroidery, so if you go way back in my beginning videos for the first couple years, it's all punch needle. So if you're interested in that, there is a playlist on my homepage of my YouTube. There are different playlists on there, and if you click on that playlist tab, you will see all the different ones. So today's going to be a really short video. I just want to give you a quick update because I haven't been on here in a while. I've just been stitching on Teresa Kogut with my hands, and this is the pattern. Now I did change, it's actually a book. I changed mine to with my hands, and that is a pattern correction on her website if you want it to change yours also. And I haven't got a whole lot of progress, because I'm not really sure what I had the last time I showed you, but this is where I am at. So I'm working on that bottom section right now, and you can tell I've like started on the flowers on the red, and that is where I'm at right now. So I'm hoping to get this finished soon. I am avoiding that other tree because on the chart the colors are very close together, and let me see if I can show you a little bit. I wish the color, I like color charts, but I wish that these symbols like were shown different colors that are a little more far apart. Now let me see if I can hide this rest of it and show you. That's the tree, and there's two colors in there, and you see how close together they are. So it really makes it a challenge to stitch it, to know what colors to, like where you have to do which colors. So I'm avoiding that, and I'm probably going to do that last. But here again is my progress. Then you can see I changed it to with my hands. And there's also a change option for Ivy Wrought. I don't remember what it is, but there's another option on her website. And then I'm working on the bottom part. I am using all the called for colors, and this is 40 count Winter's Brew by R&R. It is the fabric that the model was stitched on, and you can see the model looks a lot lighter than what the actual fabric is. Now that may just be the picture, or it may just be the dye lot that they got, but here it is. And we've got that light coming in up here, so I need to be quick. So that is that. All the, like I said, all the called for colors. I've got a little bit of haul, and I'll show you. I think I made 28 project bags last week in 4 days, which was crazy because I wanted to have a sale on the weekend on Etsy. And plus I had orders. So I have 5 left on Etsy. My Etsy shop is priviesandprims.etsy.com. There is a link down in the description, and also at the end of this video there's a picture of my business card, and it also has it on there. So I'm going to show you what I have left. This one is just a little bit, as you can see, it's just a little bit smaller than the others. So this one is a lower price, and that is the back of it. So if you like bees and flowers, this one would be for you. All of the listings on Etsy in the description of, like, I think you have to say, tell me more, or read description or something, but all of the listings have the measurements. So the measurements will be on the listing because they are not all the same, as you can see. So like here, like this front one is also a little smaller. So the measurements are on each individual listing. They are not all the same across the board. So this one has a thread bed, and this is some beautiful flowers and butterflies. And I'll show you what the inside of the thread bed looks like. So it has fusible fleece on the inside, and then a piece of wool sewn to hold your needles. and then it snaps together. And on the listings, I even put the measurements of the thread beds because some of them are a little bit smaller, some are a little bit bigger. It just depends on like the fabric cut that I had left. This one is like cottagey roses. There's the main fabric. Well, this one has this same fabric for everything. And that also has a thread bed. So the regular size ones with the thread bed are $28. And then the smaller ones are $26 with the thread bed. And if it's just a bag, it is $25. And then the smaller ones are $23. And then this is the last one. This is bright and colorful. So this thread bed is a little bit smaller, as you can see. And it's the same inside. It's got, let's see. So that one is the inside of that one. So you still put your threads over here, you know, your thread cuts. That's what I use it for. After I cut, you know, snip the ends off, I lay them there like as a temporary trash can. When I'm away. When I'm home, I have a little dish there that I use. So I wanted to show you, I have 9 more bags ordered. So I am doing custom orders. If you see one with a fabric that you like that has sold or something, I can see if I have any more of it and maybe I can make it for you. So this is the one of the ones that I'm going to try to get made this week when I get the orders done. So this will be the inside, and then this will be the outside fabric with those cute sheep on it. I actually bought the sheep fabric for my retreat for next spring because the theme is sheep, but it's so pretty. I want to use it now, and I don't want to put it away for a year. So I'm going to do that. And then this is another one. And I got this one cut out last night because, you know, it's spring and it's spring fabric, and that's when we need to get it out there. And those are the coordinating fabrics might be from Hobby Lobby, the inside fabrics, but the outside fabrics are from a quilt store. So they're really good quality fabrics. And then this is one that I'm doing for an order. This has been a popular one with the cute campers. So I have an order for one of those that I'll be doing this week. And I have an order for one of these that I'll be doing this week. And then this one is not an order, but it's just one that I'm going to do. This cute little sheep fabric. And then I put a poll on my Facebook page to see which coordinating fabric out of 3, and this is the one that had the most votes. So if you don't follow me on Facebook, I do post on there every day, and there is a follow button over there so you don't miss any posts. And it's Privies and Prims on Facebook. And again, that link is on the business card and also in the description. This is another order. This is Teresa Kogut fabric. It's called Kringle. And yesterday I went to the quilt store locally in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, and I wanted a coordinating fabric for the inside, and I got this. But let me see if I can hold these up. Hold on. That's the best way to do this. The colors are perfect. I don't know how my lighting is. My lighting's probably bad. But you can see the colors are really good. So that is going to be the inside of the bag. So if you want one of those, let me know. I'm making this one. This order is for a full set, which the full set is the project bag, the thread bed, and a notions bag for $35. And then this is a fabric that I have. This is not an order, but it's just something that I want to make a bag out of this. I really like this. And I love staying home. So I was supposed to go camping. Today is Tuesday. I was supposed to go camping this coming Friday, and it's going to rain all weekend. And then Saturday, it's even there's a chance of snow because it's in the mountains in Tennessee. And so I am canceling that trip. I was going with friends, but I know that, like, if you've been watching me, I had pneumonia last month. And then as I was recovering from pneumonia, then I had my cross stitch retreat. And then I got back on Sunday. And that Wednesday, I was diagnosed with the flu. So on my last flosstube video, I said that I was like kind of having cold symptoms. Well, that afternoon, I took my mom to the doctor's, and we have the same doctor right now because hers is on maternity leave. They're in the same office. And I was sitting there, and the doctor said, you don't look so good. And I had gotten worse that afternoon. Like in the video, I didn't really seem that sick, but that afternoon I got a lot worse. And so she asked me if I wanted to be tested for the flu and COVID. And I had already done a home COVID test, which was negative. But she went ahead and tested me, and I tested positive for type A flu. So she put me on Tamiflu. And just the last couple of days is when I've really like woke up and not felt sick. So I've had a rough time of it. And I think the last thing I need is to be sitting outside in the rain. I mean, we have, like, they call it a clam screen room that we all sit in, and we'll put like, when it's cold, they have a propane fire pit and they put it in the middle, and then we all sit in a circle in the clam around it. So we're dry, but the air is so damp and it's going to be cold. So I just thought that would not be good for me right now because my immune system is so shot right now. So I am canceling that one. And instead, I am going to go to a stitching group in Waynesville, North Carolina, with some ladies that come to my retreats. So I will just be inside a church, and contact me if you're interested in that. It is Waynesville, North Carolina, and it's at a Methodist church where we meet the second Saturday of each month. So I'm happy that I can still go and stitch. I'd rather do that than sit outside in the wet weather. I did get some labels for my project bags, and these are from Ever Emblem. She is on Etsy, but also she has a website, Ever Emblem. And I had ordered the other ones that said Imperfect Whip Bags by Privies and Prims, and I decided not to use that. I've made a lot now, and I know that I've gotten a lot better, and I don't mean to, like, pat myself on the back, but practice makes perfect. They're not perfect. They're still not perfect, but they're so much better, and I think they're comparable to others. So I don't want to put that on my bags anymore. And I ended up not paying for those because I ordered those from her Etsy shop, and she shipped them like right away, like the next day or something. But it took weeks for them to get here. It was not her fault. It was the post office. They went on a road trip. So the tracking showed a couple days after she shipped them that they were in Charlotte, and which is like 3 hours from me. And then it was like, they're in the system, they're going to be late. And every time I checked the tracking, there was no tracking, just saying they were going to be late. And then when it finally came back on in the tracking, they were in Kansas City. Now, I'm in North Carolina. They went from North Carolina to Kansas. They were 3 hours away. So what happened, I don't know. I finally got them. But in the meantime, if that happens, you can go on Etsy and request a refund because your package is not there. And so I had not received them at that time. So I went on Etsy and got a refund, and the refund does not come from the seller. She still keeps her money that I paid her. The refund comes from Etsy. And then it might have been, I don't know, 4 or 5 days later, they finally arrived. So I ended up getting a refund for those, and they didn't cost me anything. So I went ahead and gave her a new order and ordered these. And these are the ones that I'm going to use. But the ones that they just came yesterday. So all the ones that I just shipped out, I just put a regular label on them. But in future, I want them to say Privies and Prims so that if someone sees it and they want to look at my bags, they would know where to look. So that was my, long way around to explain that. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week, plus hopefully working on that Teresa Kogut. So I did get some haul. Besides my labels, I got these 2 pieces of linen, and these are Picture This Plus, and this is Legacy, and this is Vellum. So you can see this is a really, really, really light tan, which is what I wanted. And it's got, I don't know that it is mottled, but it's so barely there. But it's not a solid color. It is a very light modeling. So if that's what you're looking for, this would be a good one. It is 36 count, 18 by 27 vellum. And then this one is the same, but it's legacy. And I got these from Bestie Barn Creations, and I will put her link down in the description. She sells on Etsy, and she also has patterns and some little things. She did go to market, so she's got a bunch of stuff. So this is from Lillian at Bestie Barn Creations, so check her out. And then from, I'm sorry for the crinkle here, Purple Paper Mountain, I got some trims. Sorry, I should have taken these out ahead of time. Everybody says sorry for the crinkle. I think it's like if you have headphones on, it's really loud. It doesn't bother me when I'm watching a video, but I think that's why. Let me see if this is all of it. This is still all of my retreat goodies in here that I showed you on the last video. They're all still in here. I haven't found places for everything yet. All right, so this is, let me try to hold it up against this fabric. That is an olive green. These are all hand-dyed rickrags. Olive green, says number 108, so I'm not sure if that's a number that she has on her Etsy shop. And this one says, oh, there's two there. Number 115. I'm sorry. Every time I say I'm not going to do a video at this time of day, and then I do it. This one does not have a number on it. But again, these are Purple Paper Mountain. This one, I think it's like rustic burgundy, I think she's calling it. Purple Paper Mountain on Etsy. I'll put her link down below. This one does not have a number on it. This was a set of 3 that I ordered. So you get 3 different shades there. Hopefully you can see that. It goes to light, medium, and then a darker. So I was going to say that's it, but I have one more thing to discuss with you. I'm trying to make a decision. I ordered this cutting mat, and it's a rotating cutting mat, which means it turns like a Lazy Susan. So I don't know if I can do it. See, it turns. So they're very close together. It's very thin. And then this is the back of it. Now, I ordered this from Amazon, and it was $50, which I thought is crazy for a cutting mat. But I think, you know, it makes it a lot easier when I'm cutting out the project bags. So this is the information on it. And I can post a link down in the description for it on Amazon. I think it was $49.95. So here's my problem with it. It is super smooth. So when I put a piece of fabric on it and then I touch the fabric moves. So I'm wondering, because the other cutting mat I have is an Olfa, I think that's how you say it, OLFA. And it was my mom's, and it's probably over 20 years old. It's probably more than that. It's probably over 30 years old when she used to quilt. And I got it out of her closet. And it works. It works fine. I just wanted the rotating mat. So I don't know if it's because the other one is old and this one is new, but my fabric does not slide like that on the other one. And when I'm going to be going to Hobby Lobby on Saturday, and I'm going to check theirs, the new ones. what my question is, if you're a quilter or you use a cutting mat, when you buy a new one, are they all smooth like that? Or, I mean, the Olfa isn't really like a bumpy texture, but it's not so really smooth like this one. I don't know if it's the brand or if it's because it's new. Because if it's because it's new, then, that will wear off in time and I would keep it. If it's the brand, I'm going to return it because I've only had it a couple weeks, so I still have time to return it. I think till the end of this month. Um, but that's what I need to know. So if you're a quilter, when you buy a new cutting mat, if you buy like Fiskars is what they have at Hobby Lobby, and they're the ones I'm going to look at. Are they super smooth like this that your fabric just slides and moves all the time? Because it's so annoying. And then I have to recut. And that's why, like, my bags end up being different sizes because, well, sometimes it's my error because I'll cut what I was supposed to cut for the width. I cut for the height or, the opposite or whatever. So sometimes they end up being different because of my mistake. But I need to know about the cutting board, the cutting mats. Are they all super smooth when they're new, or is it just this brand and I need to just change brands? So that's my question for today. And also for those that aren't quilters, my question for today is because when I go fabric shopping for the bags, it helps to know like what's popular, what trends are. Of course, I'm buying primitive fabrics, which I haven't done a lot of yet because I have all these orders for the other ones. But if you collect things like a theme, like what theme would you want? Like people do bees, people do sheep, people do roosters or chickens. What is a theme that like you go to, even if you're not going to buy a project bag? What kind of theme thing are you into for decorating? Like when you go to buy things, what's popular? Like what attracts you? So that's my question for today. And I will see you all on the next video. Hopefully I will have some more to show you in stitching wise because I've got new patterns and I need to get stitching them. I was going to start the daily reminder one, but I still have that mindset of a monogamous stitcher. And so I'm working on this Teresa Kogut one. But let me know what theme you like, what you're working on, chit chat, let's talk it up in the comments. All right. See you next time. Bye, everybody.